Good afternoon. I'm Caitlin Matson-Levy, and this is The Green Room on the Classical Cafe. I'm joined in the green room today by Yaniv Attar. He is Zooming with me from Salina, Kansas. Yaniv is one of the finalists in the search for a brand new music director for the Salina Symphony, and because of that, he is in town as guest conductor of their next concert, which is next Sunday, the 27th. Good afternoon, Yaniv.
Good afternoon, Caitlin. How are you?
I'm well. You're in Salina now. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Israel. I grew up there until I was 18, and then I moved around a lot for studies and for job. But I'm currently living in Bellingham, Washington, which is halfway between Seattle and Vancouver, Canada.
You're a conductor, obviously, but most conductors start out having a primary instrument and maybe other aspirations of performance or teaching. How did you get your start in classical music?
I'm a classical guitarist, and I started music by my mom bought me a guitar, thinking I would play a few songs and call it a day, and
Play in a
and then
band in a garage somewhere.
exactly something like that. She just wanted me to have some music in my life, and in one of my first lessons, my teacher was, he was tuning my guitar and he played a piece of Bach on the guitar, and I was just hypnotized. And at that moment I said, I have to, learn this. And, never looked back. That was the beginning of the journey for classical music, at least for guitar.
It's always Bach. I mean, not always, but so much of the time, these stories start with Bach. What Bach piece was it? What was he
Well,
playing?
I didn't know it was Bach. For me, I don't even know if I knew who Bach was when I was 10 years old.
Completely.
But this was, later I learned, this was the Allemande from the first lute suite.
There's so many people I talk with when we talk about was there one like core memory that flipped a switch and you go,
Right.
I have to do this for the rest of my life. And so much of the time it's something involving Johann Sebastian Bach.
There you go. The man who changed lives of millions of people.
He sure did. Okay, so let's talk about the concert. The concert of the Salina Symphony Orchestra is March 27th at 4 o'clock. Tell us what's on the program.
So we opened the program with a really, really fun piece, Danzón number 2 by Arturo Marquez. Is a Mexican living composer. And he was a serious composer, but he wrote this set of danzons that are geared toward more popular music. And this piece really captures the moods of the danzon. On the one side, the melancholic side of danzon, but then there's a really wild, rhythmic, very energetic music that makes you want to jump off your seat and dance. It's like a salsa exciting dance. It's a really fun overture for a concert. And then we will be followed by Concerto for guitar and orchestra. Since I'm a guitarist, I felt I had to bring one of my other passions, but I'm bringing a guitarist which is way better than me.
Can you imagine doing that, like playing from the podium?
I actually did that.
Have you done
in
that?
Last November, I conducted a guitar concerto from the guitar for the first time ever.
That's amazing, and it's a new trend. We're seeing it more and more. Like Barbara Hannigan, the soprano Barbara Hannigan, who's now a conductor. Right. She now gives entire recitals where she's conducting a full orchestra while singing arias.
She's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. And it's something that I haven't done, especially in a long time, because I stopped playing for many years and COVID brought me back to playing. So it was nice to be with an orchestra and conducting and playing at the same time, mostly with my head. Anyway, so we're going to play the Concerto de Aranjuez, the most important and most famous guitar concerto that is out there. And funny enough, the first two pieces on the program, written by a Mexican composer, it became so popular, it's referred to as the unofficial anthem of Mexico. And the guitar concerto is so famous, representing Spain, it became the unofficial national anthem of Spain. And in the second half, we will play one of my favorite composers, the Symphony Number 5 by Tchaikovsky, which Tchaikovsky to me is one of those composers who had an unbelievable talent to writing the most beautiful melodies in classical music. So we're going to play his monumental Fifth Symphony.
We'll be back to talk more about the Salina Symphony and his career with Yaniv Attar. This is just a few moments of the finale of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony with Daniel Barenboim conducting the West Eastern Divan Orchestra. Just a little bit of Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony, which is on the program of the Salina Symphony Orchestra concert, March 27th at 4 o'clock. For tickets, go to salinasymphony.org. You can also find all of this information and be directed to their website if you find them on social media. I'm speaking with Yaniv Attar this afternoon in the green room, who is the guest conductor. And let's talk about the guest soloist, the guitarist for the Rodrigo.
Yes, Daniel Bolshoi, who's also from Israel. He was actually born in Russia. I forgot at what age he immigrated to Israel. And then eventually he studied in the US. And now he lives in Montreal, Canada, but he teaches in Atlanta. So he has a very busy teaching and performing career. And I don't think I've performed with any other guitarist more than I had with him. So he's definitely one of my favorites.
So as a conductor, do you have, what's your general mission statement as a conductor working with a symphony orchestra, with the makeup of the Salina Symphony Orchestra, where you have everything from a professional, to maybe a high school teacher to like an advanced high school student playing, something that brings together so many different people?
I think that, with all the mixed level and variety of people that you get in a symphony like this, there's obviously one thing in common. Everybody is there doing it for the love of it. Nobody's there doing it because they make a living out of it. It's not a job. They're really dedicating a lot of time and energy for the love of playing music. So I think, for me, it's important that there's a gratifying experience for all these musicians who are doing it again for the love of it, and I want him to have a wonderful experiencing expressing all they love about music, the enjoyment of making music with other people. It's a social thing. It's an artistic thing. It's really special when it's done not for the need to make money.
Or the ego.
Right.
Right.
People are really there for one thing. They want to make music because they love it. And that's really unique.
And you've had a rehearsal with them yet? Have you seen them?
One rehearsal Monday.
They play well. It's
Yes.
great. It's a great orchestra.
Oh, you can tell from the I think a music director audition is very special for people because they really want to do well. They want to, we have to prove ourselves.
Best behavior.
Yeah, and for me too, I'm coming in for the first time, and I want to do my best. They want to do their best. So that's a really good combination of things to ensure that they're going to be a good concert.
One more time, run down the program for us.
Sure, it's Danzo number 2 by Arturo Marquez. And if you ever watched Mozart in the Jungle, the TV show?
Yep.
That was a feature there. And followed by Guitar Concerto by Joaquin Rodrigo, the Concerto de Aranjuez, which Daniel Bolshoi will join us to perform this marvelous piece. And then the second half will be Tchaikovsky Symphony number 5.
Yaniv Attar, thank you so much for being with me and talking about music and the symphony. The Salina Symphony Orchestra concert is March the 27th at 4 o'clock at the Stiefel Theater. For tickets, go to salinasymphony.org or reach out to them on their website. That is their website. Their social media, I should say. They're active. They're quite active on Facebook, Instagram, things like that. You can find them. Yaniv, welcome to Kansas, and I hope you have a marvelous 2 weeks here.
Thank you so much, and please come to the concert. You will not be disappointed.